Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. Today is, if I say so myself, a very exciting one because it is that time of the year again where we go through my full collection. I started doing this last year and I want to keep up with it every year. I don't know when this video is going to be uploaded because this is quite a hassle to record. It takes very long. And so it'll probably also be filmed over the course of multiple days. So if you see any light changes or like shirt changes or anything like that, that is probably why. Because I just can't do this all in one go. It's just too much for me. Also, before we start, I wanted to mention that you might keep seeing the light changes every other clip. And that is because I like to start with my smaller binders in my videos. However, today I really wanted to knock out the bigger ones. So that is what I'm going to start with. But I will edit it so that the video does start with the smaller ones. Which means the lighting might change a little bit over time. I will try to minimize it as much as possible. But I just really want to knock out some of the big chunky collections today. Because those are going to take the longest. So I want them done with. So yeah, that's just a little side note. And that's all I wanted to mention. So without any further ado, let's get into my full collection. So here we have my Stayc collection, which I keep in an A5 binder. So I tried to kind of go with a green theme for this binder. I like to theme my smaller binders because, I don't know, it just works. So I have a green little cover page, which I am thinking about making a specific one for Stayc, but I don't have any extra albums that I can like cut up, which is what I did for Purple Kiss, which you will see in a bit. So for Stayc, I collect Hiya, and yeah, here we have the first era and the second era, which had 2 cards, so I could put them on a page perfectly. And then for Stereotype, I have 4 cards over here, and then the last one is on the cover right here. And then we get to Run to You, which was Young Love, I believe. I remember albums mostly by title track name for Stayc, so this is Run to You for me. And then we have We Need Love, which I actually do remember by the album name, so what I just said is actually not true. I'm sorry. Yeah, this was Beautiful Monster era, and I actually love Beautiful Monster era so much. It got so much hate for no reason at all. It was such a beautiful song, and the styling and the concept, everything was so gorgeous, and it didn't deserve the hate it got. Everyone is just mean, but yeah. And then we have, oh, this is also still We Need Love as well as this. And this is where I started doing the thing that I now do in all of my A5 binders, which is merging 2 eras together if there is 6 cards, because apparently that's a thing a lot of groups like to do, especially the ones I keep in my A5 binders. So yeah, we have, I believe this is the Digipack card, and then this round circle card as well to fill up the last space. And then we move into Teddy Bear. And then here we have the other Teddy Bear cards. And then we get into Teen Fresh era, which I actually really love. I like Bubble a lot. Once again, Stayc is getting so much hate for their title tracks, but like, they are so fun. They are literally what K-pop is. I don't know why it's getting so much hate, but anyway, we have 2 more Teen Fresh cards, and then we move into Metamorphic. And for Metamorphic, I'm just missing the figure card, but that one's probably gonna be quite hard to find, because like the figure version was a bit more expensive, and I haven't been able to find it anywhere in stock, so yeah, it might be an empty spot for a while. And then we have some pre-order benefits. I don't necessarily collect pre-order benefits for Hiya, but I just keep whatever I get when I buy the albums, which I do like to do during the pre-order. Yeah, I join group orders for this, so I get a couple of pre-order benefits for it. So we have 1 for We Need Love, then we have 1 for Teddy Bear, we have 2 for Teen Fresh, and then we also have 2 for Metamorphic. I actually love these so much. They are the best pre-order benefits, in my opinion. Out of all 6 I have. It's not much, but I just like them. And then we have IVE, for which I went with pink theme. I just feel like it fits IVE very much. And I also have a good charm. I don't have a card for the front yet. I'm still looking for that. And I also still need to make a little front page. I do have a couple of extra albums, and I think I know what I want to do. I just need to get on with it and make it. So yeah. So for IVE, I collect Liz, but for the first era there were only 2 cards. So to fill up the first page, I added Ray, which is my bias wrecker. So that is this first page. Then they started doing the 4 cards, which they did for, I believe, 2 eras, and I actually really liked it because it fit perfectly into my binder. So we have Love Dive era. Then we have Afterlight era, which I also really enjoyed. And then we have, was it IVE or IVE Mine? I keep confusing these. IVE. Also very cute. I believe there were 4 for this as well, weren't there? Or was this when they did the like special, was it Digipack? I don't know. There is another card from this album, I believe, but I don't have that. I actually am thinking about putting that in the front once I get it. I'm not specifically on the lookout for it though, because I feel like it's a bit more expensive, but yeah. And then we have IVE Mine, which is when they started doing the Digipack and PLVE cards, as well as the 4 standard cards. And this is also where I started merging the pages, like I mentioned. So we have the Digipack and PLVE version from IVE Mine, and then this is the Digipack from IVE Switch, and the PLVE will go over here. And then we once again have the 4 regular album cards. It just worked out perfectly like that. And then I also have a couple of pre-order benefits for Liz. Once again, not collecting these, just keeping whatever I get during the era. We have 1 from IVE, 1 from IVE Mine, and then 2 from IVE Switch. And then the last A5 binder I have is this Purple Kiss one, which is fully completed with a front card and a page. Yeah, very, very cute. So this is my front page for Purple Kiss. I made it from the Festa album because I have like 12 of those. But yeah, this is the cover I made. So as you can see, we have Dozy and Ire. I did collect Dozy and Ire both fully when I made this. I don't anymore, but I do keep Ire for the Panzonia era because same reason as IVE, it only had 2 cards, so it doesn't fill up a page. So to fill it up, I put Ire's cards, which is my bias wrecker. And then for the rest, I just collected Dozy. So we have Hide and Seek era, Zombie. I love Zombie era. It was such a fun song and such a cute concept. I really like it. And then we have Memem, and this remains one of my favorite Dozy cards. Just the styling and everything is so cool. The wind is really picking up. You can probably hear the wind in the background of this video, and I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a bit much. And then we get the Geeky Land, which I haven't finished yet. I'm still missing 1 last card. But these are the Digipacks. All of these 4 are Digipack cards, and then the 2 regular album cards are over here. And then I once again merged them in with Cabin Fever, and these are Cabin Fever's 2 regular album cards, and then these I believe are the Digipacks as well. Are they Digipacks? Or were they Polka albums already? I am not sure. I don't know when they made the switch to Polka albums anymore, but they made a switch to Polka albums. But yeah, I don't have any of these. I'm still missing them. And then we have Festa. So these are once again 2 regular album cards and 2 Polka cards. This is when they definitely did do Polka albums. I know that much. And then for BXX, I actually didn't join any group orders. I don't remember why I didn't do that, but I don't have any cards. And then for Headway, I actually don't have anything yet. I did claim some cards in a group order, so I am still waiting on my claims for that. And then also for Dozy, I have some pre-order benefits, and I have this funny thing with this collection where I have pre-order benefits from every other era. So I started with Geeky Land, then I didn't get anything from Cabin Fever, which I really am sad about because it's one of my favorite eras. Like Sweet Juice is such a good title track. But then I do have 2 for Festa. And then I once again didn't claim anything for BXX. But then I did claim some again for Headway. So it's not intentional, it just happens. It keeps happening. So I think I'm gonna break that with the next era though, because I definitely plan on getting the album once they have another comeback. But yeah, that is what is happening with this collection. So this binder is actually a binder that I don't typically show on my channel. And it is my mostly bigger inclusions binder. And honestly, I haven't looked at this binder for so long that I don't even remember what's in here. So it's gonna be a surprise for me and you both. So yeah, let's just get into it. Oh, that's so crunchy. So the reason I said mostly bigger inclusions is because I also keep my Twice period of benefit sets in here. So I started pre-ordering Twice in Taste of Love era. So here we have the Taste of Love set that I got. And the group cards are on the back. They're all kind of like shifting out of here. Then we have Between 1 and 2, for which I ordered 2. So we have this version and then this version. And then for Ready to Be, we have this version. And that's the only one I got for that era. And then for With Youth, I once again got 2. So we have what I like to call the nature version. Also, these Cheong and Chewies are so cute doing the little bunny ears. I think that's adorable. And then we have this like orange version. And then also the Nemo cards are in here for the With Youth album. So I did get all 3 for those, I believe. Yes. What's kind of funny about the Nemo albums is that Mina is oftentimes the odd one out. So here she's sideways, and then here she's also sideways. This one was pretty cohesive. This one I enjoy. Oh yeah, I forgot I did this. So these are just some cards that are like remainders from my OT9 set. Because before I collected my top 3, I collected OT9 sets. And these are just some of my favorite cards that I decided to keep. As well as behind here, I have some Cheong cards because Cheong was my initial bias in Twice. So I have just some cards that I really liked of her. So this one is like a purplish themed page, pinky purple. And then we have this one as well. I think I'm gonna get rid of some of these because I really don't need these cards anymore. At the time, I was still a bit iffy about letting go of my Cheong collection, which is why I kept 2 entire pages of her photo cards. But I am fully okay with it now. I don't really care to keep that many of her cards anymore. So I think I'm gonna get rid of most of these. And then also I have these random Cheong pre-order cards, which also I don't really need anymore, but they're here, so. And then we get into the actual bigger inclusions. So, oh, I have Momo on the back here. I didn't even know that. She used to be my second bias, by the way. My bias line has changed a lot. But for the actual bigger inclusions, we have the poster from the Eyes Wide Open album, and I pulled Cheong in my album. And then we have some postcards for which I was very Momo blessed. Because for Fantasy, her big lenticular, I got Momo. For Taste of Love, I also got Momo. And then for Between 1 and 2, I got Momo and Cheong, but I believe this was sorted because I was in a group order for this. So these ones were definitely sorted. And then we have some posters from Between 1 and 2. I don't know why they decided to change the size of these, because for Eyes Wide Open, the size was like perfectly A4, which was amazing because it fits perfectly into these pockets. But then for Between 1 and 2, they made it smaller, like, but just a tiny bit. So we have like a bit left over on the top and the side, and I really don't know why they did that. It's a bit weird, but yeah. And we also have Cheong, and then that is all that I stored for bigger inclusions. I have more, but I am not storing everything because I generally don't really enjoy bigger inclusions as much. Which is also why for ITZY I only have 2 pages of bigger inclusions in here. So the first one is these like Polaroid cards from Taste of Love. So I have Yeji, Rujin, and Jonas because those are the ones that I got during the pre-order. I believe these were pre-order benefits, which is why I don't have every member. And then for Kill My Doubt, I do have every member for these like ticket cards, which you could rip the bottom off and then turn it into photo cards, but I decided not to do that. And then to fill up the last spot, I believe this is an extra Rujin, yes, it's on the back here. So yeah, that is what I have for bigger inclusions. I definitely have more bigger inclusions than this, but like I said, I don't really care for bigger inclusions that much. So I just stored the things that looked more aesthetically pleasing to me, I guess. So yeah, I don't care much for bigger inclusions. I haven't touched this binder, like I said, in so long. So yeah. So this binder right here is my miscellaneous binder, so it holds a bunch of groups. So firstly we have ATEEZ in here, which I recently did downsize a lot. I used to collect more, but it was just too much for me, so I decided to downsize. And this is everything pre the world era that I kept from like, I have literally one treasure card and the rest is all fever. So that's what I kept. I also have 2 pre-order benefits in here because I just really liked these cards. So I decided to keep them. Also, I kept this one back because I wasn't sure yet which card I wanted to get rid of. So this is like a temporary until I'm sure what I want to do on the back card. I don't know. And then we get into the world era. So we have movement right here. And here we have a full page for the era. This is when I started collecting ATEEZ, and actually when I started studying ATEEZ as well. It was like right after movement era. And then we get into Hiya era or spin-off, for which I have this page. The backs look so satisfying on this one. And then we have another the world era. This one is Outlaw. I still need 2 for this. And then we get into Will, which I do have completed, which I'm so excited about. And then we have Golden Hour Part 1, for which I need 2 more cards until it's completed. And then Golden Hour Part 2 I haven't set up for yet because I haven't received my albums yet. But it's just 1 page because I collect 1 page per era. And then for pre-order benefits for ATEEZ, I used to collect a lot more. But I've decided to slow it down a little bit. Slow it down, make it bounce? No. I decided to like just be a little bit more like calm about it because it was a lot and I didn't enjoy the way my ATEEZ binder looked, but I feel like it makes sense now because we have 9 pockets for the album cards and then I did 3 each for the pre-order benefits. So here we have Hiya era, which is the first era where I was able to join pre-order benefits, and then we have Outlaw, and then we have Will over here. And then this top row is Golden Hour Part 1, and then obviously Golden Hour Part 2 is gonna go here once I receive those. And that is it for pre-order benefits, but over here I do have a little like special page. So this one is the card that you got with the light stick, so it's over here, and then this one is the one that you got with the bag, the sling bag. So that is right here. And then these 2 are from the Europe pop-up store, which was just a very nice memory. I went there with a friend of mine and I was able to trade because I didn't pull but I luckily was able to trade for him, which I'm still very happy about. And then this one in the middle is from his birthday gift, which was like the big giant plushie, which I love. Then the next group in this binder is ILLIT, and my ILLIT collection is definitely small. Because this is the only thing I have for ILLIT. I don't have anything for their comeback yet, but they only just, it's not been that long since the comeback, so it's fine. I have time to work on it. I don't stress too much about this collection. It's just a fun little like side collection that I have. So this page is empty. And then lastly in this binder we have Loossemble. I'm still a bit unsure about this collection in the sense that they disbanded? I don't know anymore. Like I thought they disbanded, but then apparently they just left the company, so they haven't technically disbanded, but like I don't know how that's gonna work. I really don't know. So this collection, I don't know, I might drop it, but yeah, this was the first era, which was called Loossemble. And then we have the second era, One of a Kind, for which I just have 2 photo cards, and I haven't even got anything for Talk to You Later yet, but I have been so demotivated to even find anything because of their alleged disbandment. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this collection. I might continue it, I might not. So this binder is an A5 wide binder, and it was my newest addition to the collection. And I'm still very happy with this binder, and I'm just so excited about this collection, which as you can see is Oneus. I just really love Oneus, and they finally announced their comeback. Oh my god, I have been waiting over a year and they are finally coming back. Thank the Lord, they are back. Anyway, starting off, we have this page, which just has this one card. Yeah, the first page is a little bit of a work in progress. But then the second page is almost completed. I just need one more card over here, which is the other one from this album. In case you were wondering, I had to like split them up to make it work. But the rest of the pages works out really well because they did 3 cards randomly for Devil when they did 2 the entire time. And they again did 2 for binary code, which was like a bit awkward to store in my previous binder. But here it works out so perfectly. And it's one of the reasons I decided to get this binder. As well as the fact that I am collecting select OT5 sets, which is so exciting. I just really love all of Oneus, and I am so happy to collect OT5 sets. So yeah, and I know some of you might be thinking, but for this era there were 6 members, and I know that. I know there were 6 members, however, I still don't know if we like said 6th member or not. I explained this when I was setting up, but I just don't know. I don't even know how to word it. Like, some people really like him, and then other people really hate him, and I still don't know if what he did is actually true or if it's not. Some people miss him, and then other people say that even Oneus don't like him anymore. So I just don't know. And until I am sure that he's either innocent or guilty, I will not be picking up his cards. If he's guilty, I will not be picking up his cards in general. But like, if he's innocent and I am sure that he's innocent, I might pick up his cards. But before that, I will not be doing that because I just don't know. I can't find any concrete evidence. So right as I was finishing my little speech about why I'm not collecting the last member of Oneus, my phone decided to do the thing again where it just stops recording. This time it was because I ran out of storage though, so there was a reason behind it this time, but like, it's still annoying. So I actually did the rest of this binder, and afterwards I found out it stopped recording. So I think it was at this page or either the next one, but yeah. So I just explained why I will not be collecting the 6th member as of right now, and yeah, we can continue with the rest. So this is another OT5 set. And then we have Malice, for which I have, this is my Connie page. I am still missing 2. I believe I have 1 at Pokemarket. Not sure though. And then we have 2 OT5 sets, for which I both only have Connie. So I decided to do like the red suit set and then the fruit set, but I think he's holding an onion, so he's like the only one that doesn't have fruit. I don't know if it's supposed to be like all fruits, but that is what is here. And then we move on to this era, for which I cannot pronounce the album name for the life of me. I will give it a try, but I will butcher it. Pygmalion? I don't know. So this is the only era where I have a pre-order benefit right here, because I had already bought it because it worked with my previous layout very well. Actually, the one, not the previous one, but the one before that, when I still had Oneus in like a big A4 binder, it worked. But yeah, it actually kind of worked now as well, because now I was able to collect 2 OT5 sets. So obviously I did the one with the glasses because it's quite iconic, if I do say so myself. And then I also decided to do this one. And then we move to La Dolce Vita, for which I have the 2 Poke album cards over here. And then these 3 are actually tour cards, because I bought the light stick, which you got a random card with, and then also some other merch, which you got a random card with if you spent over a certain amount. And I was insanely lucky and pulled Connie for all 3 of them, which is crazy. It was just meant to be, like, it was supposed to happen. So yeah, I have all 3 of his tour cards. I don't know if this is all of the tour cards they had, but it's the ones I have, and yeah, it worked out perfectly, because then I was able to collect OT5 sets for the regular album, which aren't completed. And there goes my heater. But this is the end of the Oneus collection anyway, so yeah. So here is my Twice binder. She's been with me since pretty much the start of my collection, back in, I want to say this binder has been with me since 2020. I started collecting photocards in 2019, but I didn't officially store them into binders until 2020. So yeah, that is when I got this binder, and it also has a cute little decal that says Twice collection. I don't know how well you can see that. But yeah, this is my Twice binder, just a simple white binder. And I have this little keychain that I made. It's not the prettiest because I am not good at making keychains, but I thought it was cute, so I wanted to keep it here. And if you follow my channel, you might notice that the TWICE cards are in different pages, and that is because I recently, like a couple of days ago, decided to re-sleeve these and re-page these. So they are now in these pages, which fit the cards so much better, and I really prefer this over the look of the Ultra Pro pages, so I am very happy with this. I did stumble into a little something, which you will see later in the collection, but for now, let's go through. So as you can see, I collect my top 3 for TWICE, which is Nayeon, Sana, and Chiyo. And honestly, my bias in TWICE kept changing. If you have followed my channel, you'll know that my entire TWICE collection has been like going under construction so many times. It has changed a lot, and but I feel like I'm finally in a place where I am happy with my collection, and that is collecting these 3 members. And as you can see, I am very close to being finished. I'm just missing the last couple of cards. I believe this one is actually on the way, as well as this one, and that one is also on the way. So What Is Love will be fully completed very soon, which is very, very exciting. And then, yeah, I also made these cute little fillers, which I'm very happy with. My printer kind of ran out of ink, but they are still very cute in my opinion. And they just make my collection a little bit more fun. So yeah, so going back on the history of my TWICE collection, that sounds like I've been collecting them for ages. I kind of have. I've been collecting them since More and More era. That's been quite a while. But I actually initially started with 2 members for TWICE, which are none of these 3 members. Like I said, my bias has changed so much over the years. And the 2 original members that I collected were actually Taehyun and Chaeyoung. Chaeyoung being my bias for so long. She was my first ever bias in TWICE. But yeah, that has changed. And actually, before, like, a lot has happened before I collected these 3 members. Like, in between that, a lot has happened. Let's just go through the full changes of my TWICE collection, because why not? So like I mentioned, I started with Taehyun and Chaeyoung, and then I decided to collect just Chaeyoung. And after that, I wanted to collect my top 3, which at the time was Momo, Chaeyoung, and Chewy. So I collected those 3. But then I believe I went back to collecting just Chaeyoung. And then I wanted to collect top 3 again, which at the time was Momo, Sana, and Chaeyoung. And then I decided that I love all of TWICE so much, which I still do. I still love all of TWICE. So I decided to collect OT9 sets, not all of them, because that was just too much. But I collected a bunch of OT9 sets for every era. But with that, I found myself wanting to collect more every single time, because I never felt like it was finished, because there were just so many more cards to be collected, because I did OT9, and I am a little bit of a completionist when it comes to collections. So yeah, I just never really felt finished with that collection, so it was very overwhelming for me. And that is why I decided to go back to collecting top 3, and that is where this top 3 came into play. It has changed a lot, like I mentioned. I have basically collected every member of TWICE except, I believe, Changyeon and Mina. I mean, I did collect them when I collected OT9 sets, but not like as in a top 3 or solo collection, if you know what I mean. So I do love those members, by the way. I do love them, but they are just the only 2 that I never actually like collected, which is kind of funny because I've been through all of TWICE with my bias almost. And right now I want to say I have finally found my bias, because the reason I collected top 3 again instead of just 1 member is because I just couldn't pick a bias. And like I said, I love all of TWICE, and it's been so difficult for me to pick a bias because I just really love all of them. But I then went to the concert in Berlin back in 2023, and Chiyo especially caught my eye so much. She just looks so just happy to be there, and like she's really enjoying it, and that just really pulled my eye to her a lot. And I think I can now confirm that she is my official bias, and then Nayeon and Sana being my bias wreckers. So yeah, that is where we're at right now. My TWICE collection has been through quite a lot. It has changed so much over the years, and I'm I mean, I loved every step I took. I really enjoyed collecting twice every single time I changed. And like I mentioned in the beginning, there is something we stumble upon with these new pages, and that is this. For Taste of Love, I used to collect the lenticulars. However, these pockets are too small for the lenticulars, so I don't really know what to do with this empty spot. I have been thinking about some things, but I am a bit picky with my collection. So one thing I don't want to do is the pre-order benefits that Twice do with every single like era. They do their own little OT9 pre-order benefits sets with every album, and I don't want to put those here because I do have them, but I keep them as OT9 sets in a separate binder. So I don't want to put those. And then I also, some people suggested printing out pictures or making like Lomo cards in this concept, but I also don't want to do that because these are official cards and I don't want to mix official cards and fake / Lomo cards on the same page, if that makes sense. I just don't really like that. So yeah, I don't really know what to do. My thought, I have been thinking about putting a pre-order benefit here, and then the only option for me personally would be, I believe they were Aladdin, because all the other stores, there were only 4 stores that had pre-order benefits for this era. Oh, to go back to the times where we didn't have 80 pre-order benefits for one era. But all the other ones have like a border around it, like a Polaroid kind of border. Not really Polaroid, but like a pretty thick border. And I don't like that because the other cards on this page do not have a border. So I don't want to put a card with a border here, which is also another reason why I don't want to put the OT9 pre-order benefit thingy here. But yeah, so that is currently the only option I have for myself. If you have any other suggestions, please let me know. Yeah, I just don't know what to do. I think that's my only option, but I feel like it's gonna be so hard because they are gonna be so hard to find. Anyways, moving on to Formula of Love, where they luckily did 6 cards instead of 5, so I could perfectly put them on a page. I did not collect the result file. I actually don't know why. I just never really felt the need to pick up the result file. And like this, it just works. It works so much better because it fits into my pages. So I kept it like this. And then we have Between 1 and 2, which I love. I love this era so much. Talk That Talk is such a fun title track. And honestly, it might even be my favorite at the moment because every time it comes on, I just love it so much. I just get really happy listening to it. So yeah. And then we have Ready to Be. I did change the layout of some of these eras as I like re-sleeved them, which some of you might notice, some might not. But this is one of the eras that I changed. Yeah, and I quite like the way it looks right now. So yeah, as you can see, these eras were all completed. And then we get to With Youth, which is such a struggle for me still. Especially this page. I really wanted to finish it before they had their next comeback, but I wasn't able to, as you can see. I'm not even anywhere near finished. I'm still working on it. This also is the very, very last geo card, excluding strategy, because I still need to receive my group order stuff. But this is the very last geo card I still need for my entire Twice collection. So I have a really big ISO, whatever people pronounce that as, on this card. So I really want to find it, I really do. And also these Bearhood cards are like the bane of my existence. I cannot find them anywhere. They're always gone. Same with this Nile Crown one, it's also always gone. But this page was a little better. As you can see, I'm only missing 2. And then we have this one for which I'm also only missing 2, but they are 2 Nemo cards and they are a bit harder to find, sadly. So yeah. And then back here, I just have my setup for strategy, which I did change. I made a setup video for it, but I did it before they released the Nemo version. So I had to change everything again. I should have expected that. Knowing JYP, I should have expected they were going to release another version after they announced the other ones, because they always do that. They do it for Twice and they do it for ITZY. I don't know if they do it for any other groups. Those are the only groups I collect from JYP. But yeah, I should have expected it because they've done it for so long now, but I was naive and I didn't. So I had to change my layout. But basically this page is going to be entirely step 1 with the Nemo card. Then we have step 2 with the Nemo card. And then we have step 3 with the Nemo card on the bottom. And there's only 1 regular album card for this. So I was struggling a little bit. But I think I'm going to put the Polaroid from the highlight version here. Or I did order 3 digipacks which come with pre-order benefits, so I might put those 3 pre-order benefits here. I'm just gonna see whatever I like better, because I do believe the pre-order benefits are actually in the step 2 concept, which I'm not the biggest. I do like the step 2 concept, but I don't like that I have another card of this concept on a different page, if you know what I mean. I don't know. I'm a bit picky with my collection. Sorry. It's just, I don't know. Everything needs to be aesthetically pleasing for some reason, especially with Twice. I don't mention it. I know I shouldn't be this picky. It's just a couple of cardboard cards, but anyway. And then we have the Digipack Pops, and the highlight version. These are all in the very cute plushie concept, so I'm very excited to collect these. Yeah, and then also back here I have my Light Stick OT9 set. So yeah, that's the only OT9 set I kept, because obviously I would keep it as an OT9 set. So this is my first Zerobaseone binder. It is a blue Mail Cafe binder, which I'm so happy with. I love these. And this contains all of the album cards. I am working on a new supply list, by the way. The other one was very outdated, and I've changed some sleeves and pages in my collection. So I'm working on a new supplies list. I don't know if I will have it finished by the time this video goes up, but I will try. So these are all my Zerobaseone album cards, and I am still missing a couple, but very exciting. I did find all of the ones I am missing, which I am so happy with. The last 3 just got mailed out today, so I am just very excited about it. I do have a couple still at Pokemarket, so they're gonna take a while to arrive, but I have everything secured. Everything I need is secured, and I don't need to worry about the older errors anymore. I believe I'm still missing a couple, like 4 cards or something for Cinema Paradise. And then every single album card will be done, which I am just so excited about. I still have stuff on the way for Cinema Paradise, by the way. But we'll get into that. First, we have Youth in the Shade, and this Hyujin just got mailed today, so he will finally be home, as well as this Hanbin. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I cannot believe I will finally have this OT9 collection complete after more than a year. It's been more than a year already. It's been a year and a half already. Oh my god. Why is time going so fast? So yeah, I decided to collect OT9 for album cards. I just really love Zerobaseone. They became ults of mine very quickly, together with ITZY. ITZY are still my ults. And Zerobaseone are also ults of mine. So I just really wanted to collect OT9 album cards for them. And also, since they only had a 2.5-year contract, I figured it would be fine. You know, they're not gonna be active for 7 years. I still hope they will, though. I really hope they are gonna renew their contracts and that they are gonna remain as 9 and continue as Zerobaseone, but I don't know. I'm afraid it might not happen. They do seem very like close as a group, but I feel like with the treatment Wake 1 is giving their groups, I have a feeling that they might not want to continue, and I'm very sad about that, but I'm just facing reality. Like, I'm not gonna say like, oh, they are so close so they're gonna remain together. I mean, they might remain together as a group, but actually that might be an option too. Maybe they will stay a group but just not Zerobaseone, because Wake 1 will probably have like copyright on the name or something, because like that's something that companies love to do. But yeah, maybe they will get back together just as under a different name and a different company. I wouldn't mind that. I would actually very much love that. I'm gonna expect the worst, and that is that they are inevitably gonna disband once their contract's over, which is only a year from now, and I don't even want to talk about it because it's so sad. But yeah, I am still, there's this little bit of me that is hoping that they're gonna renew and that we will have Zerobaseone still in the future, but I don't think we will. To be quite honest, I am very scared. But yeah, that is just, I just love Zerobaseone and I want them to stay together as a group, but I don't think they will. And I'm rambling about it, so let's just stop. So this is a Cinema Paradise, and I put the white cards on every spot for the card that I do not have secured. So the other ones that don't have the white filler are on the way from a group order. So as you can see, I am missing these 2. And then I am also missing 2 on this page. And I believe those are the 4 cards that I am currently still missing. The other ones are on the way. For the Digipack, I was missing 3 for each version, but I do have those on the way, so that is very, very exciting. And then we have, what is this? The Nemo version. These versions, honestly, they did so much. I don't even know what is what anymore. I believe this is the Nemo version, and the last two for that will be on the way as well. And then the last two unit cards are on the way as well. And then I have this empty page, which I honestly don't even know what it is. I think it is the film version, but I'm not sure. I am very confused. Then we have Japanese cards, and I decided to collect just today for Japanese cards because he is my bias. And I did join a group order for presents, so that will go behind here. And those are all the Zerobaseone album cards. And very soon it will be fully completed. Oh my god. And then we have the second Zerobaseone binder, which is this white one. And this one houses all my today pre-order benefits, which I am still missing some because for Youth in the Shade and You Have Met Hello, I didn't have a fixed spot in a group order. So I am still missing some for those eras. But yeah, I think I am doing pretty well. These with the pink were supposed to be on the way from someone, but I don't think they will ever come because it's been like, it's been a year. I think it's been a year, so I don't think they will ever come. But yeah, this is what I have currently. I tried to like theme the pages a little bit. So this one is like more like nature and natural colors, and this one was like the orange and then purple and like this color. So I tried to make them like match like that a little bit, if that makes sense. And then this one is just a little bit darker. I don't know what that one's doing here. Honestly, it would work really well on this page. That might have been a mistake. I will figure that out once the rest of the cards come in. That is not a worry for right now. But yeah, those are all of the Youth in the Shade for the benefits. Only 3 pages, y'all. That was such great life. But then we get into Melting Point, which I do have completed. And this page, oh my god, this is probably my favorite today pre-order benefit ever because I don't know. Also, this one and this one with the octopus. I just really love this page in general with all the plushies and like it's just so cute. And I really love this page. So yeah, that's why I chose it as the first. And then this one is really cute as well with all the hats and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just really love the Melting Point pre-order benefits. I feel like to this day, it is still their best pre-order benefit era. Everything was just so cute. I just love it. And then this one is like once again a little bit more of a darker concept with suits. I don't know which store all these cards are from, by the way, which is why I'm not mentioning it. I didn't store them in like order of release. I just did whatever worked. Some have the name on the back, like these 3 are from Makestar as well as that one. Actually, all of these have the store on the back. That's pretty nice. But there's also a couple that don't have the store on the back. For example, this one here in the middle doesn't have the store on the back. My voice is starting to give out on me. Please don't. I still need to ghost for so long. And then we have this page. This one is like I put the glasses cards in the corner and then kind of like a red theme because I felt like these were very red. So I just put all the other cards that had a lot of red in them on this page, if that makes sense. I don't know, sometimes like once you've done a couple of pages and you're nearing the end of like the pops for the era, it's like kind of hard to like combine them and make it make sense. So for this page it's kind of like also just random pops. I did want to put these 2 together because they're in the same outfit, so that made sense to me. But yeah, other than that, it's just a bit miscellaneous. And then this page is like the cards that got released later, as well as these, because they're far away and I care less about them. And then also this one from You Had Met Hello is on here because I didn't have more spots, and all of these 5 spots were empty anyway. So I figured I can like do kind of like a merge into You Had Met Hello, if that makes sense. So once I get the other concept cards, I will fill up these spots and it will be an almost full page, I believe. So yes, and then we get into the actual start of You Had Me at Hello, and this one with the plushie. Oh my god, once again, I love plushie cards and like cute hat cards, and it's just everything to me. I love them, and I think they are the best cards personally. So yeah, this is the first page, very cute. And then we get into the pages again, which are not completed. but I am doing my best to complete them. So here I kind of tried to put like the concept pictures together, if that makes sense. So here he is a doctor, here he's a security guard, a lifeguard, a detective, and then I believe these 3 spots were still empty, so I just put random cute selfies on there. But yeah, I'm still missing a couple. And then here we just have some more cute period benefits. These are mostly lucky draws, I believe. But I just put some cute things together. I ran out of ideas so quickly for this era, to be quite honest. I felt like these 2 needed to go together because they kind of match. And then this one was obviously going to be a card for in the middle, because where else would it go? It's destined to be in the middle. So yeah, that's what this page kind of is. And then here, I believe I did make a mistake with one of the pops where I placed them. I haven't looked into that yet. So I will fix that sometime off camera, but I don't have every single creator benefit anyway, so I'm just keeping it as it is right now. And then this one, once again, this one was such a pop for like the center spot, because like it's just meant to be there. Like, and then also what I really like about this page is that both of these are double-sided, so that is very cute. And then we get into Cinema Paradise, for which once again I do still have a couple of cards on the way, a lot of cards actually. So this isn't filled up right now, but it will be hopefully soon. So yeah, this is the first page, which once again is like a cute plushie page, or like holding item page. It's kind of like the standard thing I do for the first page right now. It's almost like a tradition in my binder. But after I made this layout, they released another plushie with a cute teddy bear like this. So I'm gonna need to rearrange it. But once again, that'll be a thing I'm gonna do off camera, because it's honestly, it's taking so much of my brain to come up with these layouts, which is why I do it in advance. Because if I were to do it in a video, it would just be so horrible for you to watch and for me to edit. So I just decided to do it off camera. And then this page, I decided to do like the eating stuff, because he's like eating things on all of these. And then here I put the QQ Music lucky draws, because they have like a little border around them, so I wanted them in the corner anyway, so it worked like that. And then here we just have random cute selfies. Again, this is where the random selfies that I thought matched together starts. There's just so many pretty benefits that it was so hard for me to come up with a cute layout. Yeah, this page I did put both of these sports cards together, and then I kind of like put red cards on there. Holy, the weather. Oh my. Oh, the sun is coming through as well, finally. But I put some red cards on here as well because I thought it matched. And then this one is very sad. It's very empty. I'm still missing a lot of cards. And then I believe there's supposed to be another page. But that one's empty anyway, so it's okay. And then in the back here, we have some other cards for today's. So these ones along the border are all from the Season's Greetings 2024. And then this one is from his plushie, which is very cute. And then here, once I get the light stick, hopefully sometime soon. I haven't been able to find it in stock anywhere, but once I get the light stick, I'm gonna put his card over here. I don't even know if it still comes with the card. I might just need to look for that somewhere else. But and then also my bias wrecker is Ganuk, and I did, like I said, host a couple of group orders for You Had Been Hello, and I had a couple of ones where Ganuk wasn't claimed, so I decided to keep those. I also hosted a group order for this specific pop from Melting Point, and Ganuk once again wasn't claimed, so I kept it. And then when I started collecting Zerobaseone for the very first era, I was gonna do just top 3 with a couple of period benefits. So I claimed exactly 3. So what I decided to do with this, to make a long story short, because I'm rambling once again, sorry, is to do 3 pubs each era, which does mean I need to back collect 2 more. Sorry, for Melting Point, but I feel like it's not going to be too difficult. And the first one for Cinema Paradise is here, and then I have 2 more claimed, which will go here, and then whatever era comes next will go below it. So that is all for Zerobaseone. So it is time to do my ITZY collection, which is, I believe, still my biggest collection. However, Zerobaseone are very close to catching up, which is kind of scary because I only started collecting them a year ago, and I've been collecting ITZY for 5. So that's kind of kind of scary to think about how fast my Zerobaseone collection grew. So yeah, for this collection I have 2 binders, and this is the first one, which holds everything from debut until Kill My Doubt. So let's go ahead and go through. So on the very first page of this binder, we start off with ITZY era. So this bottom row is just a set of the album cards, and then this top row holds these Polaroids, which were taken in Della Della era, but Della Della didn't have any physical release. So this was included in the pre-orders of the ITZY album. And that is why they are pretty hard to get, hence why I don't have these 3 members yet. I'm still looking for them, but they tend to be priced over 20 bucks, which is just a lot for me for a photocard. So I am looking for them, but I don't want to like overpay. So then we have this page for ITZY era. And honestly, ITZY was a bit strange in terms of photocards, because I believe this was the time where they didn't like coordinate photocards yet. So for this era, Leah and Chedong are definitely in like the same outfit from the same concept. And I think Yuna is as well, but it looks like she's wearing a different shirt, but like the background is the same, so I'm not really sure. But then Yeji and Rujin are like in totally different concepts for these cards. And the same goes for this page. Like Rujin, she is wearing the same outfit, but you can tell that she has dyed her hair in between these pictures, which is kind of funny. And then for this one, Chedong is in the same outfit as here, and then for that one, Leah as here. So it's a bit of a mismatch, but you know, I still really like this era. I love ITZY era. It remains one of my favorite title tracks from ITZY. It was just really good, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah. And then we move on to Wannabe, which is probably still one of their most iconic comebacks to date. It was just really good, and the styling and everything was amazing as well, so that is on this page. And then since Wannabe and Not Shy both had 3 photocards in the album, I did 1 row for Wannabe and then 1 row for Not Shy over here. So that is like kind of merging into each other. And then we have another page for Not Shy. And then we get into Guess Who, for which they, I believe, had like 3 photocards in the same outfit, and this one was like the only odd one out. But I really like the lollipop one, so I put those together. And then this is like the more yellow page for Guess Who. And then here we have like the limited set, as well as these hidden cards, they call them, which were basically like pre-order cards. You got them if you pre-ordered the album. And I'm still missing this Yeji, so she's definitely a big priority for me. And then we get into Crazy in Love, and this is probably where like the craziness of the photocards like kind of started. It got its origin here, I think. Because this is where we got like, we have a lot of photocards for the regular version in general. Like we have these, then we have these, and we have these. But then also, beside the regular version, we got a jewel case and a special version, for which I'm collecting 1 set of each. There were 2 sets, like a selfie and like a faraway card, but I decided to just collect the selfies for both, and that is what this page is. Maybe in the future I might collect the faraway cards. I am not too sure. I really like the way this looks, so I kind of want to keep it like this, because I prefer selfie cards over faraway cards, so it could happen in the future, but it's currently not planned. And then we get into Checkmate. So this row is once again like a pre-order benefit row, so I am just missing 2. Wait, no, wasn't this like the limited? This might have actually been the limited. I think this was from the limited version. I think that's what it was, sorry. Then we have this page, which is all in this outfit. Oh yeah, that's what it did. This one was the only one where they had fully black outfits, so I put them here. And then here in these 2 sets, they were wearing the same outfit. See, this is where they really started correlating the cards with like the outfits, like as full sets. Even with like the props and such, they started doing that from Guess Who era, I'm pretty sure. And I just really enjoy that. And then here we have the more like royalty princess concept, which were the original teasers. And then when sneakers came out, people were so mad because they were expecting an elegant concept, which I understand. Everyone was thinking that they were like checkmating us by doing like a fake title track with sneakers because it didn't fit with the concept, which to this day is still so funny to me. Like, everyone hated on sneakers so much, and honestly, it might not be my favorite ITZY track, but it's still a good track. Like, she didn't deserve the hate that she got, honestly. And then we move on to Cheshire, which is also one of my favorites. I really, really love Cheshire. It's like tied with Icy. I think it's my favorite title track. This is a very underrated era, in my opinion. It's just so good. Everything about it was amazing, in my opinion. And then we have this styling, especially Leah styling for this concept, I really, really like. And then the limited version. And we have the lenties, which came in the limited version. And then these were pre-order benefit cards, I believe. And then we have the two most empty pages in this binder, which are the limited sets, because I started collecting these later on. So this one is not doing too bad, but the orange version is... she needs some work. She really needs some work. And then we get on to Kill My Doubt, and here they really went crazy with the album versions. There were I believe there were like 20 different versions of the album, which is just insane. Like, we don't need that many. Like, oh my god. Anyway, here we have the first two regular versions. Then the next two regular versions. I put these together because they have like a more bluish vibe. And then on the top we have the cassette version. And then here we have, I believe, a limited version, which I haven't completed yet. Then this top row is the Bet On Me version, which I also haven't completed yet because this Leah, I'm convinced it just doesn't exist because I haven't seen it anywhere. Like, it's nowhere to be found, honestly. And then this was a pre-order benefit set from, I believe, JYP shop, which I got because I didn't realize at the time that I had claimed some digipacks and some cassette versions and like some, I don't know, like some of the like special versions that weren't the regular album, and I didn't notice at the time, but the corporate manager was ordering all of them through JYP shop, and that is how I got an OT5 JYP shop set. So it filled up the page very nicely. And then here we have the second limited version, which I put together with the clear cards. And then we have the units of the corresponding eras in this binder. I put them separately. Mainly because it's me and not Shy, they can like morph into each other, so I can't really put them on the end of the era like I would have done otherwise. But I think this is nice too, because like the units have like their own special segment, which I think is quite nice. So here we have the It's Me units. I definitely need to do some more work on the units. We have the Not Shy units, which are very sad. The Checkmate units, which are even more sad, honestly. I am quite sad that these are the only cards we got in like the actual sneakers concept. I would have loved a photocard set for Checkmate in like the sneakers concept, just like a regular selfie set. I would have really loved that, but I also like the other styling. I just feel like this is giving more sneakers, and the other styling, I don't really see how it matches. It's just like, it feels like two completely different eras almost. Like, I don't necessarily associate Checkmate with sneakers, because Checkmate reminds me of the royal vibes and sneakers remind me of these vibes. So it's like kind of, I don't know. Does that make sense? To me it does. And then we have my completed set for Cheshire. I really like these unit cards. They're so cute with little cat ears. And then we have Kill My Doubt, which I also still need to do some work on. So in the back of this binder, I have my pre-order benefits, which once again go with the corresponding eras in this binder. However, I didn't start collecting pre-order benefits until Sneakers era for ITZY. So we start off with Sneakers era, and I don't plan on back collecting any other eras because I feel content with what I have for Illusions pre-order benefits. So yeah. So this page is for Checkmate or Sneakers. Then we have a page for Cheshire, which I really like. Like, this card is probably one of my favorites, and this one I got at the concert, so it's like, it has a little special place in my heart. And then from Kill My Doubt onwards, I decided to do 2 pages per era. So we have the first page for Kill My Doubt, for which I'm still missing 2 cards. And then the second page for Kill My Doubt, which is like the more colorful page. Like this one has more neutral tones to it. And then this one is more colorful, and I'm still missing 3 for this as well, but I'm working on it. And for 2024, I want to... 2024 was last year. For 2025, I want to set a goal for myself to completely finish this binder. So that means getting all the remaining album cards that I need, including special versions, as well as those last 5 pre-order benefits that I need for this album. And of course the unit cards. So that is my biggest goal for my ITZY collection for this year. And I really hope I can complete it. It's not that much that I'm still missing in this binder, so it should definitely be doable. But some cards that I'm missing are just quite hard to find, so I don't know. I'm gonna try my best. So here we have my second ITZY binder, and it is pink, which is so cute. So for this binder, I was supposed to start off with Born to Be, but like we all know, Leah wasn't in Born to Be era because she was on hiatus. And I just really didn't want my binder to start off without Leah, because I feel like the first page is a pretty important page in the binder, so I didn't want it to not have Leah, because ITZY is 5 and it just doesn't feel complete without her. So what I decided to do to combat that is put the light ring cards on the first page. So the top row are the cards for their first version of the light ring. I am missing Chedong, but I do have her on the way, so she will be here soon. And then on the bottom I will have, I believe it's With Mew, but it could be JYP Shop, I am not sure. It's either one of them. Those cards for the version 2 of the light ring, they will go on the bottom. I just haven't received the light ring yet. It's still at my group order manager. And after that we get into Born to Be. So since Leah wasn't there, I decided to move Yeji over into Leah's spot so that it wouldn't have like a weird gap in between Yeji and Drujin. But I didn't want to just put basic white fillers in these spots, so I like used my extra albums and made some like custom fillers, I guess, and I tried to match them as much as possible with like the vibe of the cards like that are in that row. And for some I think I really succeeded, but for others I think I didn't do as great, which we will get to. So we have 2 regular album versions right here. Then we have the other 2 regular album versions, and this is one that I don't necessarily like as much, but it still fits the Born to Be vibe. And then we have the 2 limited sets, for which I'm just missing the Chedong, and then it will be complete, so I really want to find it. And then we get into the special versions, which were honestly they are still so hard to find. So we have the Mr. Vampire version over here, and as you can see I am missing quite a lot of cards. This one was just insanely difficult for me, so I am trying to find them, but I'm not having any luck. And here we have the Untouchable version, for which I have 1 more card, so that's a little better. But I'm still missing half of the cards on this page, so it's a bit of a struggle, especially this set. The like egg set is really hard, and it's kind of like frustrating because I personally am not the biggest fan of egg photo cards. They just don't really appeal to me as much. I don't know, I prefer like a selfie like this. Like this is so much cuter than this in my opinion. And then we have the Nemo version, which I actually really love the Nemo version because you just get all the cards in there. I didn't need to worry about collecting these because if I buy a Nemo album, I know they're all in there. So I actually really like the Nemo albums. And then we have my setup for gold. I haven't received my albums yet for gold, so we can just go and skip past that. And we have Born to Be's unit cards. So they actually did these like special cards with the Nemo version as well as the unit cards. They were from the Nemo version, right? I'm pretty sure they were. So what I decided to do, since Leah isn't there, there are 6 unit cards instead of 10. And there were 4 member cards, so that perfectly, fit onto the page. So I did the member cards on the outside and the unit cards on the inside. So this is for the blue concept. And then this is for the orange concept, for which I only have Ryujin's card. I still need to find the other 3, but also they are quite difficult. So I am doing my best, but it's hard. And then lastly for ITZY we have the pre-order benefits for this binder. So because I haven't received my gold albums yet, it's just Born to Be. So this is the first Born to Be page. And then the second Born to Be page, where I decided to put all the ones where she has black hair onto one page, because I thought it just worked like that. Like, it worked out pretty perfectly. So yeah. And I believe I actually just claimed the last pop I need to like fully complete 2 pages for the era, which I'm very happy with because it's been quite hard to back collect some pobs. So yeah. And maybe actually adding on to my goal for 2025 would be maybe finishing Born to Be era, which is gonna be a bit more difficult because these cards are quite hard to find, but also I'm gonna give myself a year to do it, which should be doable. So I think those will be my main 2 goals for ITZY. First one being completing the entire first binder, and then second priority is finishing Born to Be. So yeah, and after that I just really want to keep up with everything. I don't know how much I'm still gonna need to collect for gold. I definitely didn't claim enough phone box versions or like special edition versions. So I'm definitely gonna need to worry about collecting those. But other than that, I think I did claim enough for the standard version. I only claimed 1 Nemo album, so I might just need to buy the other Nemo album somewhere and then that'll be finished, so I'm not too worried about that. But it's just the special editions and the phone box that I need to worry about for gold. And then whatever they release after, because I am assuming they will have a comeback this year since their last one was in October, or was it November? I think it was October. So I'm assuming they will have a comeback like around May or something. It's usually like half a year-ish. So April, May is probably when they're gonna have a comeback. I don't know. So yeah, that's just what I want to focus on for ITZY. So that is it for my entire photocard collection, and I am very happy with it. I'm excited to like finish things in 2025, which is going to be my biggest goal, to like finish my current collection. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope I'll continue seeing you in 2025. Goodbye.